Welcome back to another episode of Charlotte Unseen Podcast. I got my main man, more in the building. Yo, what up, man? How you doing, man?
War of the Masters, that outcome disaster. Many of your families played.
Though the walls engraved in grains and plaques, those who went back received penalties for the acts. Talk to me nice, son.
Talk to you nice. I got you,
so today,
I'm great though, man.
Oh, I'm good. You good?
Yeah.
So today I got a special edition for the podcast today. I was coming back from Europe and Ant gave me the call on the phone. He was like, "Yo, Rod, I got something special for you." And I had to reach in, I had to get my homie on the joint. The homie reached back and was like, "Yo, we gonna make it happen." Got my main man, my main guy, my man Chewy in the building. Yo, what up, Chewy? What's going on, man?
I can't call it. You got a speech impediment or something?
I used to stutter.
For real?
Yeah, I used to stutter. Yeah.
I could never tell.
And I'm very emotional about it.
Really?
I'm very emotional about it. I used to stutter. Man, look, my first time talking to a girl, man, I was stuttering so hard, man. It was crazy. I never told you that. Yeah, I just stutter all the time, and the vein comes out in the middle of the forehead.
Well,
It's
I'm not
crazy.
a girl, so you don't got to stutter. You don't got to stutter today. We are okay.
This shit gonna be interesting today.
I'm just telling you, man. You know what I mean?
How you doing, man?
I'm doing real good. Just happy to be here. Especially, I feel like I could support anything Anthony does. So, you know what I mean? A lot of people don't know the importance and the significant role that he's played in my life as an adult, as I transitioned from a college person to being in the streets to becoming a man.
Awesome.
And Anthony played a real good part, especially in that last part, becoming a man.
Awesome.
So anything he does, I'm 100% behind.
I appreciate you, brother.
Vice versa, brother.
You know what I'm saying?
Thank you for coming on here, man.
Yeah,
They don't even know. They don't
No.
They don't know the half.
But I have no problem saying it.
This
That's
little
what's
bro,
up.
for real.
That's what's up. So I want to get started off first by I want to get your background. Where you from originally? What do you? First of all, where are you from? Give me your background, how you came up in the game, and what you do.
I think I got a little bit of a way to do it. You know what I mean? First and foremost, my real name is Matthew. I go by the name Chewy because originally it was gonna be Lava. I wanted to be called DJ Lava. That was my nickname that I wanted to call myself.
I'm glad you didn't do that.
Yeah. Me too. Me too.
Like a lava.
Lava. You know what I mean?
Dark skin.
I thought I was gonna be like a reggaeton DJ, bro. For real. I was growing up in Newark. You know what I mean? And
New Jersey, right?
yeah, 100%.
Okay. Brick City. Okay.
Grew up. I was born in New York.
Okay.
Raised between Newark and Charlotte.
No doubt.
Mainly Charlotte for the most part. I went to elementary school, middle school, and high school.
Okay.
But throughout the years, I moved back to Jersey. So
Okay.
that adolescent time, that defiant time of you finding your identity, it was spent between Newark and Charlotte.
No
and
doubt.
On the weekends in New York. So
Okay.
you know, I have a good circle. My mom made sure, because she was a single mom. She made sure to have me around love. So,
That's what's up.
You know what I mean? When
Hey,
we lived-
mom, I love you. I love you so much. man.
Everybody love my mom. It's so crazy, man. Like, I be talking to people and it be so random. They be like, "How your mom doing, man? Your mom's so real." I be like, "I'm doing fine too." You know what I'm saying?
So it's crazy because on here we really talk about our moms a lot.
Yeah.
It's awesome to hear that. What's your mom's name, if you don't mind me asking?
Everybody call her.
Mama Chewy.
See, the Mama Chewy, Mama G. It's those two names.
I got to say to my phone is Mama Chewy.
Yeah, like my mom is my everything. You know, a lot of people don't know my story, and I'm okay with sharing it, but just on certain type of timings, because not everything is for everyone, and not everybody could comprehend what they're not looking for.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? Like if I'm coming to a podcast like this where it's black men and we're talking about our mothers, of course, because that audience is there to listen.
Yeah.
But if I'm in the middle of a interview with Trap Diggy, that ain't what they want to
They
hear.
want to hear, yeah.
You know what I mean? But my mom is my everything, man. I seen her battle cancer. I see her battle homelessness, and took everything to the chin like a G. You know what I mean? Like, to me, my mom, and Anthony will tell you, man, he'll argue with his mom forever, but he know that, you know, I'm gonna be there for her. And
What with her in your life, how you feel she has shaped you into the man that you are today?
She created me. I don't feel like she shaped me. I feel like it was up to me to shape myself. I feel as though my mother created me. So I am a product of my mother. I have all her good traits and her bad traits. But as far as shaping me, I would feel like that's more of lines of me and God's relationship on making me become a better person.
It's different with me. Like my mom and I just got back from Europe. My mom and I, like I was talked about earlier. My mom and I, we were in a situation where single parent household. She went to college at a young age. Had me. My dad was not around at that time. He's around now. My grandfather raised my mother and I. My mother and I. So he raised 2 generations. And my mom and I are, even though I'm her son, we're more like brother,
sister. Yeah. See, with my mom, I'm like everything for her. I'm the brother. I'm the son. I'm the husband. You know what I mean? I'm the pops at times because sometimes I'll be having to coach her. But you know what I mean? There's nothing like the love of a mother for a son. And that's something that everybody can relate to.
And it's funny, like what you were saying earlier, like, so when I was younger, I did stutter, right? This is a funny story though. So like when my step pops now, he's been around forever. But like I used to talk fast. And my mom be like, no, I still do. I still do. But my mom used to be like, I don't want to hear it until you start talking slow. Like I'm gonna, you know what I mean? Like she'd be like, I don't want to hear this or whatever. I was like, I don't understand what you just said. So my step pops, dude would be like, he said so and so and so and so, and she'd be like, yo, shut the hell up. I'm trying to teach him something. Yeah. So mothers are very important in that role, especially with us as men.
100%.
Yeah. So.
And I feel like, you know what I mean? Our mothers teaches us everything on whether it's forgiveness for ourselves, forgiveness for other people. I think one of the biggest things she taught me was faith in God.
Absolutely.
You get what I'm saying? Like I end my radio show every time I'm on. I say, keep God first in your life and everything works itself out. Don't believe me, I'm a living testimony of it.
Word.
Because, you know what I mean, monetary things mean nothing to me. I lost it all before. I know what it feel like to have sneakers, pay my friend phone bill, and I know what it feel like to can't afford a slice of pizza or having my car stuck on the side of the road.
Oh, I was gonna get to that story.
Having my car stuck on the side of the road and being like, man, I don't even got no money to get this thing out of here. I barely can afford the gas. And
right.
You know what I mean? In case you don't know, that's a true story with Anthony and I.
That's what's up.
I'm gonna get to it, man.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
That's what's up.
He was actually coming over with his girl at the time, and it started like tsunami raining outside. So it was so crazy. I was like, "Yo, you all right?" You like, "Yo, we're in a ditch, man." I was like,
a little Toyota Camry. The ditch is about like 7 feet down in the road.
That shit all the way down.
Like, you knew where I was stuck at.
I knew where you was at.
You was like, "Ooh, yeah, you ain't getting out of there."
Nah, but then I forgot what we did.
Nah, I didn't have insurance.
Yeah.
I didn't have insurance. I ain't had no money. I just told you I barely afford the car. Car been repoed twice already. I kept getting it back. I was like, this ain't what I need in my life.
Right.
But I needed a car.
Right.
So he wound up calling his insurance.
Wow.
Yeah.
And covered for me. Like that's just one of the many amazing things Amo has done. Like behind the scenes that he never talks about. Because, most people, they'll do things for you and they expect a certain type of, yo, you remember what I did for you. He ain't that person.
I ain't like that, bro.
He ain't that person.
I was like, just get to the house, man.
Yeah, it was like, I'm calling it. They're on the way. They'll be there in 20 minutes. I was like, how? Sure enough, dude's in the middle of the ditch. Pulled it out. All right, have a good one. I was like, oh, man, we're in front of a church. I'll never forget that one.
Yeah, I know that church. Yeah, I knew you was at. Yeah, I knew you was at. I knew you was at.
You know what I mean?
I was like, I had to, Chewy stuck.
Yep.
Oh, is he okay? I was like, yeah, I'm finna call the people.
So how was the car like sitting in the ditch? Was it like on
Had to be
We
like,
were face down in the ditch.
oh, y'all was face down.
Crazy.
Yeah, because it was so dark. You know, this guy lives where Batman lives. All right? And there's no street lights.
Yeah.
There's no corner stores, no bodegas. The next gas station, it's like Freddy Cougarville.
Yeah.
And my dumb ass be walking around blind a lot. Like, a lot of people don't know I have to wear contacts. I can't see. Like, people be like, I know you see me in the club. I'd be like, no, not
I
really.
didn't know you wore contacts.
I got one in right now because I had an ulcer in this eye from leaving my contact in.
Yeah, I be doing that too.
Yeah.
I got contacts in.
Man.
I never knew you can get an ulcer from leaving your contact in too long.
Ooh, painful too.
Oh, damn.
You must have had them in for about 6 months or something.
No,
You had a minute.
no. About a month and a half.
Because you can get the ones where it's 3 months.
Yeah. But
they're leaving.
I do
you gotta take them out.
I go get the cheapest ones I can get, which is the nightly ones where you're supposed to take them out at night.
Oh, yeah.
And I just leave them things in.
You just leave me.
By the time I lay down, I'm exhausted, bro.
Yeah.
I don't want to be playing
You
with
don't
my
even feel
eye.
like doing all that.
Be like,
Yeah.
Because then you got to put them back in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Like,
When I wake up, it's go time. It's go time.
It's like,
that sound like Harlem Nights and Benny Red Fox.
Yeah. It's wicked
got
over
something in
there.
my eye. Well,
Put
get it
the
the
glasses
couch your eye, motherfucker.
It's wicked. Yeah. Man. But let me tell you, man, the things that his impact that he doesn't get the credit for, and I don't mean to like gloat him up, but I do want to give him his flowers because I've learned the importance of telling people they're valued while we're here.
Right. Flowers. Give them flowers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I bump into Russell Westbrook. And I wanted to tell this story, get out the way. And I just walk up to him. I'm like, hey, bro, what's up, bro? You're a great ball player, bro. Like, I kept saying bruh because that's like a Charlotte term. Especially if you're from Charlotte. We always say bruh.
Right.
And he was like, damn, you sound just like Anthony Morrow. I said, yeah, bro, that's my bro right there. What you mean, bro? So long story short, Russ comes to Charlotte, and I wound up bumping into Amo at the game because she was doing the Fox commentating.
Yeah, that's when I was doing that. Yeah, that was when I was done playing.
And if you
Kevin
know,
Tolbert.
yeah, and if you know Amo's son, Caden loves Russ. So after the game, they're talking, and I was just like, hey, I'll never forget this moment. Russ, I bumped into you leaving the Epicenter, and you said, I reminded you of who? He was like, and he remembered the moment. Wow. He said, you reminded me of bruh. And he said, bruh. That, to me, that was just the cool part of just a private story that I've endured, and it's just like, for Anthony Morrow to represent Charlotte to that magnitude. I'm not talking about Steph, and I'm talking about a real Charlotte-tian, a real West Side hero, in my opinion, that always gives back unconditionally, always. And he teaches you, he don't want you to be the man, he wants you to be a man, and everybody he's around, he impacts, he puts his foot forward for. So to me, having a big bro like that, like my situation was bad at one point in my life, and Amo just stepped in like, how could I help? How he had my mom working for him at a certain point. You know what I mean? And it's like, man, any person that could do that, man, I could never repay you because you helped me get through a very dark time in my life. So,
that's awesome.
And I remember that, man. I tell you, I appreciate you, bro. You know I love you. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of hard for me to interview, like we said, because I know everything about you.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. But like, that's just a valuable lesson, though, man. You got to be able to pay stuff forward.
100%.
Especially for people that you love, man. You know what I mean? Don't leave them out, you know, without an opportunity. And that was more about me putting y'all in positions to have opportunities versus just giving y'all stuff. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
And those are the only kind of people I really respect, because I'm like, if you give me an opportunity, I'm never going to forget that. I'm going to spend that money that you give me.
Yeah, 100%.
But if you give me an opportunity, lead me to the lake and let me fish, that's the only thing I want to do now.
Say that again. Let me what?
Let me fish.
Let me fish. Yeah.
And that's that.
I'll eat forever.
Yeah, and that's what it was, man.
fish,
You know what I mean? I know we have such a limited time. That's why I want to like try to get certain things off my chest because I don't live my life with regrets. And the only time that I do somewhat come up to a conclusion of feeling like, man, I wish I would have said this or done this was in times like this,
right?
Where I would have been like, I wish I could have told him to his face, or that's why I'm rushing to get it out in the beginning of the interview, so that way people realize who you dealing with when you talk about these. Like even yourself, how I had to earn your respect. Like I remember our first couple of encounterments with Posh, and I still feel like I deal with the problems of our initial problem, which was I was the young, aggressive. I didn't fit the box. Like when you thought about Posh events, it was elite, upper class. It wasn't that ghetto-ness. And I'm walking in straight off 30 dudes standing outside, baggy pants, and the hat and a polo shirt, and he like, yeah, nah, this ain't what we're going for with my events. I'd be like, damn, I still live with that. Like, could you believe that? Even after all these years?
That's what's crazy.
Like I still cannot find myself being invited to certain events or asked to be a part of certain events. Think about it. All those events, I never get invited to.
You know what? I want to say something on that because it's very important. Charlotte is a very cliquish town, and when I started doing events in Charlotte, I was on more so of a different side than what you were doing at the time. And I even now, like I look at a lot of DJs that I want to book for certain events I do, and a lot of those DJs, I have to run through certain people and be like, "Is this okay? This okay? This okay?" And they're like, "Nah, we don't want him." I'm like, "But I fuck with it.
100%.
I fuck with it." And then that's just me being from where I'm from, in New York, and understand like I just want to have a good time, but I understand the politics of it, and I'm not a fan of it. What's your opinion on the politics of that?
To me, my opinion when it comes down to politics and the people who decide to do these great events, I'm talking about like at the Harvey B. Gantt Center. I'm talking about when they're doing those nice events, and you know what I mean. It's like you guys don't even feel the liberty of saying like, let's just invite someone who became the face of Charlotte. Whether you want to give me my credit or not, I'm taking it. Because I want to have it while I'm here. You cannot say that I have not become one of the faces of Charlotte. You cannot say that I have not took a lot of losses in the public, but I also earned my wins.
Yeah.
So why can I be invited to such event or this type of event? What, you still think I'm ghetto? Listen, that perception of me, who I was 10 years, I don't know that person no more. I try to forget him. You know what I mean?
So Ed, this is some good content now. You can talking that shit right now. Because remember that year when I invited you up and you at the door and I walked you up and you knew it's weird because when we were doing the Gantt Center, I think it was like 3 or 4 years ago, we was doing the Gantt Center and I told you gotta come. And so I didn't think he was gonna show up.
I showed up in a black fur coat, decked out black turtleneck, put on the black shoes.
And he was like, "Yo, I'm here." And I was like, "All right, I'm coming." And I walked from the 3rd floor all the way down. I grabbed him, got him in there. You got no problems. But like I realized he had more of an impact than a lot of people that were in that room. Even anyway, he walked through. Everybody was like, "Yo, we're happy to see you." And I think even with spring colors and fall colors, I'll say this: like, I feel we do need to do a better job in including everybody.
Well, it's the next generation. I came up underneath a basketball coach, Nick Marinello, up in New Jersey. I played at Bloomfield Tech, and shout out to D-Head and Deshaun Butler. He's now the assistant coach at Boston Celtics. He played with Joe at West Virginia University.
Right.
However, that was my old basketball teammate. We used to play with Michael B. Jordan and Kenneth Reed. Those are all my guys.
Kenneth Reed, okay, I know.
Yeah. We were on the same travel team.
Okay, that's what's up.
I remember his mom in the practices, but that's a whole nother story.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like when I look at those type of things, I hear my basketball coach in the background. What do you want your legacy to be? Because right now I'm grooming the next wave of Charlotte. Like if you've been to a party and you ever hear someone say, "I don't fuck with these niggas because they shady," that's me.
Yeah.
I fuck my money up. That's me.
Yeah.
I actually sat down with these people. I actually met Young Dolph, talked to him. My daughter would take my phone because she'll call him and be like, "That's Young Dolphin," and he'll answer. I remember him when his son was born. We were on the phone, and he was like, "I finally got my kid." You get what I'm saying? Like, and it's like,
peace, Dolph.
Yeah, rest in peace. Like, and it's like, man, I will go through all these things and still help the people younger than me.
Yeah.
And it seems like there's a gap in Charlotte that's, to me, the old Charlotte and the new Charlotte.
That's good, though.
The new Charlotte is more of a camaraderie. It's like, man, we want to see each other win. It's nobody better than the other. We all trying to learn. The old Charlotte right now is like, we better than y'all. Like, we you need to catch up to us. let me ask you something. If I'm black, you black, we all black, why we not helping each other? Why is it becoming a pissing contest? That's what I don't like, and particular of events. Now, as far as old Charlotte, new Charlotte people, man, older Charlotte people got these new Charlotte people by a landslide because the way that, if you were here in Charlotte 15 years ago, the way that everybody in Charlotte was raised, culture, it was all love. Even when people fought each other, 9 times out of 10, if you from Charlotte, the people that fought each other were cousins. And they used to just fight each other for nothing. I'm talking about
just to help each other fight, like learn how to fight.
Yeah, just to learn how to fight. You may have a cousin from North. Like if you're from Charlotte, you know the call outs.
Yep.
If you're from Charlotte and you want to find out where everybody from, all you gotta do is say North, and they gotta say it back. If you say East, East, East. If you say South Side, they gotta throw up them 4s. And if you say West, that like those are the Charlotte call outs.
That's true. That's very true.
So
that's all accurate right there. That was good. That was good.
I want to tell you something too. It's like my grandfather. Before he passed, he was in my house in Fort Mill. He always came out and he was just like, I remember he was going through. He had like little dementia going on, and he was like, he said, "Where we at?" I said, "Pops, we in Fort Mill. We in Charlotte." He'd be like, "Charlotte." He said, "I had a good time in Charlotte."
Yeah.
Yeah, 88 years old. This has been a staple for a long time, being out here and being in this city. People don't understand. Before the banks got here,
100%.
Before everything got here, this was a staple. I told Aunt, and I want to get you to go. We had whiskey cigar night, the Yandrick Dose. You got to go to it because
if you invite me, I go.
I invite
I think I have a good
Wednesdays.
Yeah.
I think I have a good track
it's on the
record
weekend.
of when people invite me somewhere, I actually go. People don't invite me, so that's why I stay my ass in the house.
I will always invite you. I will always invite you.
You know what I mean?
But when we were there, it was like everybody's going around talking about where they from, and nobody was from Charlotte. It was like three people from Charlotte.
Yeah.
Like it was all just like DC, New York, whatever. I'm like, and we in Charlotte, and the one guy was like, "I'm from Charlotte. I'm an actual Charlottesian."
Yeah, like
It's
you
like
know,
seeing a unicorn now.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know what's so
It's
funny?
such a
I
melting
ask
pot.
people all the time, if you don't have to be born to say I'm from Charlotte to say I'm from Charlotte, but at least tell me you went to elementary school or middle school or high school here.
If you went to elementary all the way up, you from Charlotte too.
I went to Ashley Park Elementary on the West. Talking about Jason Hyde, Lakeem Jackson, close
Shout out
friends.
to the guys.
Yeah. After that, where did I go to middle school at? No, I went to Newark during that phase, and I came back in high school.
Right.
I was supposed to go to Waddell, and they wound up taking me to South Met with Coach Terry. Then my cousin Ian came by, and then went to college here.
Okay, so
I didn't know you went to South.
Yeah.
So hold on.
I went South for 2 years.
And we gotta get back on track because I gotta get back to your schooling. You went to where? Now, where'd you go to school at?
I went to Johnson & Wales.
Okay.
Sports and Entertainment Event Management, which is why I'm in the club scene.
Okay.
Even though radio has nothing. Radio is how I got onto radio because of my parties. I was doing house parties every weekend during college.
Oh, wow.
And I had about like 500 people in Sharon Lakes.
I know what Sharon Lakes is.
Lake.
Yeah, Sharon
Maryview
Lake.
Court. I used to cut on everybody cable and internet.
A word.
I used to hack the Motorola modem, and I had the cable key. That's the only way I made
I
money.
used to work for Comcast. We can't talk about that.
7 years went by, and I'm 34.
That's limitations.
I'm 35. Statute of limitations is over.
Oh, you good. You
And
good.
it's
You
actually
good.
funny because I said it on a podcast.
Doctor, he had the key. He was
You
out
know
there.
what I mean? I had the key.
You like
You know what
you had
I
some free HBO. You had a free HBO smile over there.
Listen, I had it.
Said what? What you said, Tay? Oh, ain't saying nothing.
Because if you know the apartment
said, I don't
buildings,
know what he had.
them apartment buildings had the boxes on the side of the units, and this side may have these three. The other side got the other three. You look for the apartment number, screw it on, plug it in.
Okay.
That was before it was digital.
I was
So you know I know what I'm talking about.
Tech Morgan, yeah.
You know what I mean?
But
But that was my way to not sell drugs. Like and that's what I've always encouraged and pushed my initiative, that even though you're from a certain type of environment, you don't have to conform to it. There's other ways that you can make it without. Now, granted, that's still what I was doing at that time wrong, technically. But I'd rather do that than sell drugs. I'm sorry. I'm not that person. I can't. I don't take drugs. The most drug I take is alcohol. You get what I'm saying? But outside that, I'm cool. Like, I barely hookah now. You get what I'm saying? Like, because I just never want to put myself in a position that I get tricked out of and I can't be around my daughter.
What venues? So I want to get back to your daughter. I have 4 daughters myself. Ann has boys.
Oh, I know.
We love
our kids know each other.
Babies.
Our kids know each other.
Oh yeah, for years.
They-
since Pampers.
Yeah, legit.
Babies, like
Sleepovers, everything.
Sleepovers, all that.
I love the babies. How is it being a single father with everything that you have on your plate?
I don't consider myself a single father.
Okay.
I just consider myself a father
Okay.
because I don't do it by myself. There's a team, and my mom is probably about 8 people of that team. My mom is there for me. My Aunt Cheryl is there for me. The women that I have dated in my past that I was serious with, they were there for me.
Okay.
So for me to say, oh, I did it by myself, I'll be lying. Now, did I come up with plans? Did my mom, it's hard being a father and trying to live a double life almost, because I'm in the club. What comes in the club? Oh, it's somebody I know birthday. Next thing you know, I'm 5 shots in, but my daughter up at 6. I may fall asleep at this person's house. My mom calling me, yo, man, I'm missing work. I put my mom in so much bad situations she didn't deserve. So, am I the world's best dad, in my opinion? Probably not. But am I a dad that's willing to always do better, be better, and show by teaching? 100%.
That's important, man.
I take accountability.
Yeah.
And that's my biggest word is accountability, because at the end of the day, even though I know I'm being paid to be somewhere, I know looking back, I probably shouldn't have been drinking. I probably should have just did my job, went home, and not put so much responsibility on my mom. Yeah. And guess what? My mom lost a job. Even though it was a little retail job, to her, that probably was everything at that moment. I put her in such bad situations that she didn't deserve. You know what I mean? I look back on it now and be like, damn, man, Mom, I'm so sorry. Like, I buy her a new pair of Jordans every time they come out. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, damn, man, I know you can't wear heels no more. Growing up, my mom had all, you know how your mom closet, they just had clothes.
Heels.
Just heels on the door and the little shoe rack thing, just everything. And I know that because of her.
And belts.
Yeah, 100%. You know, it'll be a sundress with a belt, just a random ass belt. You know what I'm saying? I used to
got no loops in the thing.
And look, I used to get my ass whipped with them too, though.
That's another belt.
Well, yeah.
Sorry, Mom.
That was a weapon. But you know,
they don't know the little skinny belts.
those are the ones that hurt the most.
Feel like bee stings
my
on
mom
your
was
ass.
the worst. My mom was the worst. Well, I won't say the worst, but my mom was crazy because she'll catch me when I come out the shower.
Tub.
Yeah, mom was, yeah.
Oh,
I already
man.
knew what you was gonna say. Them
Man.
wet tub whippings.
Listen, man, my mom didn't care when I got disciplined. I don't want to say ass whoop because it's a difference between someone beating you and abusing you.
I agree.
And disciplining you.
Now,
I agree.
Granted, a couple of times I think it was.
Yeah, you probably crossed the line a couple times.
I probably did some wild things to deserve it.
I probably, yeah. Hey, look, you tell you what my mama did to me, bro. You tell you what my mama did to me.
Mama Angie
I
do
might
to
have been about, Mama Angie, I might have been about 7, 8 years old, and I was in the shower. And I did something earlier that day, but I forgot I did it. She's like, I'm going to get you later on. And I was like, man, she probably going to do nothing. She done forgot. She coming there with the switch while I'm in the shower. Hit me like 5 or 6 times. Like, that's just a taste of what you're going to get when we get out of the shower. Man, I was in the shower for 2 hours.
Boy.
Hurry up and get out that shower, boy. I know what you're trying to do. Water bill high. I say, man, that's
water bill.
real evil right there. That was dirty, man.
She was ready to go.
I was scared as hell.
Listen, I ain't got to lie,
I couldn't even go get the pajamas yet. I just had the towel on.
You want me to tell you what's the worst ass whooping? When you know you got in trouble at school.
Yeah.
Oh, they call?
And
The
you
whole
in the car.
day.
No. You in the car.
In the car.
Every red light. She just turned around. Wham, wham, wham. Couldn't even hit you all the way, but you felt you getting hit in the car. And I'm just like, what did I do? You know what you did. Bam, bam. Go to green light. everything's sweet.
She gotta
concentrate on the road. But the next red light, I used to pray all the lights was green and just run in the house. Like
I remember one time when I was younger, I was like probably like six or seven. My mom probably kicked my ass for the story. But like she always tell me that she always tell me that, I had a strip, so I was naked.
Oh, you caught them like that.
She caught the belt, right? So
that's dirty. I didn't get that.
But it's the problem. So one time the TV, I was supposed to watch TV, and I told her, she came home, she's like, you're supposed to watch TV. So I was like, nah, I ain't watch TV. She was like, all right, bet. She felt behind the TV. I didn't know you could feel behind the TV.
The TV was on.
It was hot. So I was like, damn, shit. So like, all right, I can't catch his ass. But I just wasn't ready for the shit.
I got a question. Your mom sound like she's from the West Indians.
My mother's Cuban. My mom's just straight South Side, just South Side general. Like
yeah. I knew that. For you to get your ass beat naked. Damn.
So I ran. So for some reason, I just wasn't ready for it because the look in the eye was different. You know what I'm saying? Then I ran downstairs, but nigga jumped at my grandfather's because we live in my grandpa's house. We sitting in his chair watching Dateline. I jumped on him. Pops, help me. What the fuck going on? Like, like get off me. It's like my mom was like, yo, you gotta go to sleep.
Damn.
You gotta go to sleep.
So you caught it sleep?
Nah, I just went back up and just caught it. I
didn't want to get woke up.
I didn't want the suspense. I didn't want
wake you up.
For you to get beat.
Now your mama gangster for real, man. Like I talked to her before, man. Like I know how she is. And like I can't imagine back then, bro. Man. I stopped getting whoopings when my mom started working for the DMV.
Now, why is that?
That because she didn't want to lose that government job if he said I get a DSS.
She didn't care about none of that.
That was my mom. My mom was the neighborhood mom. She used to beat up the drug dealers.
Oh, wow.
And
my mom was on that time.
My mom would walk down on Broad Street, 730 projects called Corey, Fudd, Jamie Sparks, all by the air. Just grab them. My mom was the one that drove us all home from basketball. That's how, like, Michael B. Jordan's dad and his brother Will, that's how my mom was cool with all them.
That's real.
Sometimes his pop would drive me home because my mom would never want me to walk home unless it was sunup. Mm-hmm. Newark was rough.
Yeah, damn right it was.
You
know
know
the market?
Yeah.
It's Brick City, man. What are you talking about?
I was over by 730 Projects. And then after that, I lived by the Spires. So I was near Behringer.
Okay.
Even though they say he went there, never went to.
Well, you know my favorite rapper is Redman, but that's another story.
Yeah.
I love Reggie.
Nah,
I had to play at the Prudential Center when I played for New Jersey. Mm-hmm. And I made one wrong turn one day. Mm-hmm.
You get off at 15W, it's
in
over.
the middle of the hood, bro.
Yeah.
And it don't look that crazy around the Prudential Center.
No.
But like a couple.
Oh, you talking about downtown Newark?
Yeah, downtown.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, yo, I had to call hey, yo, I'm just letting y'all know I'm over here on this such and such.
Yeah,
street.
get up out of there.
I'm calling the team security, like, y'all might have. You know what I mean? I got up out of there, though, but I was just like, a white Range Rover.
What you was doing? Trying to get a chopped cheese late at night?
Nah.
He probably just really made it
I really just missed the arena. We had a game that day.
Oh, okay.
I used to go to this soul food restaurant named Jay's.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That shit was so good, bro.
Yeah. Shout out to Big
game.
J, man. Shout out to Big J. I grew up with his sons, Jason, James, and Donald.
They still open?
I believe they are. I think they moved.
Oh.
They moved by EO.
I was like, man.
I'm still in tune with all my Newark people, man. I just missed the White Castle down here.
Murder Burgers.
Yeah.
I was risking it all in Jersey.
Murder Burgers, man.
I call them before the game. Turkey wings.
I got a question.
Greens.
Up north, soul food or down south, soul food?
Definitely down south.
Down south.
Yeah, okay.
No. You know what? So, like, there was a spot. There was one on Merrick Boulevard in Queens that I used to go to when I was young.
I don't care.
Yeah, down south soul food.
Down
south.
You can't even come up with
Shout out
it.
to Amy Roos up top though in Harlem. Shout out to
For
my
real?
family in Harlem.
They good?
Yeah, Amy Roos good as hell. You ain't never been?
No, I've never been to Amy Rooster. I've been to
it's
Red Rooster. It's spots I've been like.
They're a staple up there.
I'm gonna be real with you. I am old New York. So I lived in Far Rockaway till I was like in 10th grade, 11th grade. Moved to Jersey for a year and then went to Morgan. So I know like Brooklyn right now is like a resort to me.
Yes.
So I was there when Brooklyn was like, I didn't want to go.
Man, I ain't gonna lie. I be hating when I be bumping into people in the club. Everybody from Brooklyn. Everybody.
It's not a flex no more.
Then y'all gang culture up there. Nah, what street you from? That's their gang culture. What street you from? Man, I'm from by the Pink Blue House. That's how y'all be talking.
No, not y'all, not y'all, not y'all. Because
That's how y'all be talking.
No, I'm from Queens. We grew up in houses.
That's crazy.
I'm from Southside, son. 134th Street, Rochdale. I'm from Southside, so I don't know about the projects. So I always grew up in a house. No shade to my dudes from Brooklyn, but yeah, y'all know.
Nah, they got bump into me and talk about it, but it's okay.
So my bad. You want?
I just got one.
Go ahead, babe.
Right now. So you tour a lot.
Yeah.
And all the guys, man. That's dope. I remember when you first told me you got that.
It was so crazy how I got that one.
I don't know how you get it.
For real? For real, you never knew?
I got a 2-part question.
All right.
So we need to hear how you got that. You know, because I was proud of you.
Let me run through this one real quick. So I got the job with Young Blue simply off of Chris Brown was coming to Charlotte.
Okay.
Everybody loves Chris.
Right.
And I was trying to get back with an ex. So I wasn't on radio at the moment, so I couldn't use my radio plug.
So where'd you lose? You left 92.
I left 92.7.
I remember that. I remember when you left.
They just. That's a whole segment.
I remember you going through
that. Is a whole segment.
I remember when you left. I remember when you left.
That is a whole segment. And
I don't want to say
I'll skate over it. No, okay. I'll tell them after I answer all this.
Yeah.
So the radio, I couldn't get the tickets through radio because the record labels, this was a Live Nation event. Record labels didn't get tickets or they give it to selectives. Mainly if you're like 100,000 watt station. The bigger the station, the easier it is for them to write it off.
Say that again. The bigger the station,
the easier it is for record labels to write off.
Okay.
Because if you have a station that's 100,000 watts, meaning that if they do their show from Charlotte and it reaches Greensboro all the way to Columbia, South Carolina, how many people is listening? Now you probably got like a 5 million listener share on there on a week or whatever that number is.
Right.
You know what I mean? Record labels would do whatever to have them happy because they want their artists played.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like I could break down the radio game. I got that down to a T, but
we're gonna need that. But
wow, so
a lot of knowledge.
So look, boom. So I couldn't. The record labels couldn't get it for me. Ironically, I look at the opening lineup. It was Young Blue on it, and I was the only person who did an interview with Young Blue his first time coming out.
Okay.
He came up to Charlotte on a Saturday, and I was decided to do it. All the radio stations told him no, and he never forgot it. But I actually listened to his music.
Nice.
Yeah, he was
from South Carolina?
No. He's from Mobile, Alabama. And I reach out to him. I'm like, hey man, I just want to come to the show. You know, you my guy still. You get what I'm saying? He was like, man, I got you. So I call him. He like, yo, I just brought this plane. You know what I mean? I said, word. He was like, yeah, I'm on the way to Charlotte now. Flies in, go backstage, and I didn't want her to know I was coming. All the reason why I came because that was the only way for me to get the tickets because they weren't tickets, they were credentials.
Right.
So she had to come in. So I made her come in with her friend, and that was my way to try to get her back. And when we walked backstage, he was like, the manager at the time, Ted, was like, yo, you got your laptop with you? You DJ, right? I'm like, shit, I do whatever needs to get done. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, oh, well, the opening DJ who I tried to book previously wrote me back on Instagram, was like, man, the hell with you, da-da-da. He was like, well, he got all his songs on his laptop, so you can use his. I said, hey, DJ World, you can't do that. You can't use another person's.
Right.
I'm about to say, bro, that's
like a fight. Yeah, that's like a big no-no.
Yeah. Right.
That's like you wearing another ball player sneakers.
Right.
Like, that's worse than that.
That's worse. Like
he said worse.
That's like you in the middle of a basketball game and they like come up out that jersey.
Right.
Give it to him. You sitting down the rest of the game.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
so I walk up to him and they like, yo, would you want to do it? I was like, all right. So he had all the songs in order and everything. I said, oh, this it? Bet. Went crazy. Next thing I know, he walks off stage. He said, man, that was the best show I did on this tour. Are you free to come with me now? I'm about to go film this music video with Nicki Minaj and Cali. And I said, I got to do the after party. I made a commitment to Lou and Tim, so I can't do it, but I can meet you the next day in Tampa. He was like, all right, cool. Say no more. Let's do it. and that's how I became his DJ.
That's what's up.
That's so organic.
That's what's
bro.
up.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I love about shit like that.
Yeah.
When you just doing your job, you don't have any preconceived notions. You don't
Nah,
have
it was
any
nothing like that.
underlying motives or anything
Nah.
like that. It's just like, hey man, I respect your work.
Yeah.
That's why I always say you gotta keep
Which
going.
is so crazy because what kills me is that being a product of Charlotte, why don't we get our credit more? Why don't we get the more opportunities? Why don't we get the more exposure? You can find ways to not.
So I want to.
I feel like people don't find ways to be like, this is why you should get it.
So I will tell you, you're not the only city, right? Because before I lived here, I lived in Baltimore, and I was very entrenched. I used to rap in Baltimore.
Yeah.
I was very entrenched in the Baltimore hip hop culture, and I've heard the same thing in other cities. And there's a lot of cities who are big and other things don't have that recognition that they deserve.
100%.
This ties me to my next question because in Charlotte, hip hop, the baby has is one of the biggest artists out. He reached stardom, and he's from Charlotte. He defines. I mean, he's actually the face of Charlotte. I mean, hip hop wise, as far as the biggest artist.
He's our first superstar rapper.
100%.
Yeah.
the
What's
first
your
one,
relationship
I'm
about?
39
What's your
years
relationship?
old.
Yeah. What's your relationship with that? And how do you feel about that? Because having a signature artist come out and be as big as he was, I remember they did the little baby tour, and that was huge.
They did a tour?
Oh, they had a song. I know.
They had a song together.
They had a song.
I remember a tour. It was
No, I don't think they
Baby
did.
on Baby. It wasn't.
No, they never did a tour.
Okay, my
they
bad.
probably did a lot of show dates,
Okay,
like clubs and whatnot. But I don't think they ever did
They ain't
a tour
toured together. Yeah.
However, our relationship is, we're in different spaces of our lives. Back in the day, there was a little tension there. That I mean, I like leaving it where it's at and moving forward. Like I shot him a text message last week. We're in the middle of a recession. Anything we could get for each other, I want to see everybody from Charlotte win, even if sometimes we may not agree with each other. I love that man. Like what he has done for himself and the people around him. You gotta remember, we went in an alternative school together at one point. We were at Dorada. You gotta remember, I helped put him in his first million viewed interview.
wow.
I helped him throughout his promotions with Arnold Taylor. His first million viewed interview was with Rollo. If you recall, just all you gotta do is pull it up, Rollo the Baby interview, and you'll see that. You'll see the star he was before he became that. And he's telling you, I look up to him. And he talking about me. You know what I mean? And that it was genuine love. Like it was genuine love. And, I feel as though our conflicts in the past were very what's the right word I want to use? Misinterpreted. Our problems in the past were very misinterpreted.
The younger is less communication.
Yeah, we definitely.
So that's like
He was hurt by something that I had to do as far as being on radio. I had to do it because I'm a journalist, and I was trying to explain that. And
you're not understanding that
at that time, with the height of everything, he felt as though a friend went against him. From what I've been told, that's what it was. And then on top of that, you got compiling issues with everything else because everybody else has a problem with it. But let me tell you now, Tom heals all wounds. I want to see him win. Someone DM'd me talking about I want to book him for $50,000. I immediately screenshotted and sent it to him because I'm not no hater. I love you, bro. And he wrote back. He wrote back almost immediately. I would too if someone sent me a $50,000 booking. He had wrote back immediately and said, I appreciate it pretty much. And, I think someone else reached out about, but the common courtesy was that he responded.
Yeah.
And, we all grown men. We just let it be.
You've done a lot in the space of Charlotte. What do you have like I know you do a lot of venues and you host a lot of venues. You do Stats, you do Infinity. You've done a lot of things. What is your advice to somebody that's new trying to host or trying to be in that space?
right.
Oh, That's so hard because I can't.
Nothing's hard. Nothing's hard for you, Chewy.
I'm just saying.
Nice. Just
I'm
talk
just
nice.
saying. Like I can't give advice when it's. I don't know what advice to give you when I don't know. You know, like my career has been made off of me having to survive, and I think people forget that. Yeah, shout out to my brother Meeks, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Meeks.
Yeah.
What's up, boy? West Charlotte, fine. West Charlotte
There's a
Lions.
lot of West Charlotte over here right now, by the way,
Lions.
ladies and gentlemen. You might want to reset that
up,
timer
bro?
right now. You might. Where we at on this? Oh yeah, we gotta wrap up. Hold up.
No, we ain't wrapping up.
We got 40 seconds left. She gotta reset up.
Oh,
we good? Okay. But like the advice I have for people that want to do what I do, it's hard because I never looked at it on it's being so what it became. Like I had a conversation with somebody yesterday and they was like, yo, Chewy, you're a real brand. Like you're a real brand in Charlotte. And I'm like, I just be trying to work. I just be trying to get some money. I got a kid I got to feed. I got like 7 nieces and nephews I got to take care of. And that's just one friend. You get what I'm saying? Like I got responsibilities. So you get what I'm saying?
We got another guy on right now. I want to just mention, man, my boy Kennedy Meeks.
Yeah.
Meeks, my guy, man. You good?
You got a nice dentist, man. You got a nice dentist. Whoever your dentist is
like,
right
get
now.
money, man.
that
He
good
gonna
money
get
smile.
everything right.
Yeah, he got to get money smile. He got to get money smile right now.
I like it. I like it. Hey, Chew, I'm gonna ask you something.
Oh, Cap Advertising in the building. We want to say that
know
first. Yeah,
I be forgetting you. I be forgetting that, bro.
You
I
wanna
couldn't
shimmy?
believe when you told me that. We was like working out playing pickup. Hey, we was working out playing pickup one day at Latin, and you just like that came up, and you was like, "I'm a Cap." I was like, "No, you're not."
Yeah, I remember when he crossed.
You a real, you're a real pretty boy then.
I remember when he crossed. Yo, did you see the photos when he crossed?
I ain't even see that.
He was bald
I
headed.
didn't
He
know.
looked like Rufus the Naked Mole Rat.
There you go.
There you go.
Now, Chew, one real quick. I'm gonna ask you this real quick. So I grew up where it's the guy that was like you when he was young, No Limit Larry. What's y'all relationship like? Because y'all were very similar.
That's a great question.
You know what I'm saying? No matter what it is, because you came in on the scene, I was like,
You know what I mean?
taking
I
over.
feel as though my relationship with him is what I said earlier. It's like, you know what I mean? Like the old Charlotte and the new Charlotte.
yeah.
Ain't nobody that's older than me that has been in that spotlight have ever came at me and said, hey, bro, let me put you under my wing or let me help give you tutelage or guidance.
Right.
It's always been watch out because he about to shoot past me.
Right.
So with me, you got to put on your seatbelt. Because you know if you're not coming to help me, I'm coming to destroy you.
That's deep.
You get what I'm saying? And
I
that's the
always wanted-
mindset.
I always
That's
wanted
the
to ask you
mindset. I'm not saying Larry's a bad guy. You know what I mean? Because, you know, Larry's amazing. Larry is a hero in Charlotte. But I always looked at myself said, I don't want to be just a Charlotte person.
Yeah.
I want to be a brand. Like, it feels good when I'm in Atlanta and people be like, man, I watched your interview with Dame Dash so long ago. Or I watched this, I watched that, and you were in it. Or you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, to me, that was my goal before I took a break and a hiatus for mental health reasons.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? But Larry, even to this day, like I said, as it pertained to the baby, man, we too old. I'm too old now. I'm 35. If I got beef with, if I got beef with you, if I got beef with you, I got beef with myself.
Right.
Because there's no way I should have a beef with you. It's not about money. It's not about women. What am I beefing with you about?
The first time you reached 1 million views. First 1 million views. What was that like?
I had 1 million views a lot of times.
Okay, that was a flex.
One of the fastest.
The first time.
The first or the
flex.
I don't. The first 1 million viewed one probably was Dame Dash. The second 1 million viewed one was Young Thug.
Okay, that's big.
Well, you
And
got some folks, boy.
I call Leroy Cohen Leroy in the interview. I know people watching this part gotta be like, man, this nigga throw. Yeah. They tapped me in the middle of the interview because I kept calling him Leroy. And they was like,
Can't call Leo that, bro.
Can't call Leo.
it's not that I
gets you
can't.
blacklisted.
I did.
You can't call Leo.
Nah, but he was so cool about it because he knew it was genuine. Like, yo,
It's funny because this weekend I was at Penthouse and I had Sadat with me. Sadat, I didn't know, just being around Sadat, we talk a lot. He told me that Leor was actually Brand Nubian's first manager.
I believe it.
He's the
Leo,
manager. He's the manager. Leor's been around
after a while, I did my
long time.
research and I felt like a fool.
Yeah.
But
You didn't really know who he was then?
I swear to God, I just was like, this is just a white dude walking in here with Young Thug.
Tripping.
Oh, wow.
You gotta do your research, bro.
Listen,
Did you know Leroy was coming? Or you just thought it was just Thug and his guys?
all I got, I didn't even get a one sheet.
Called him Leroy. That's crazy.
All I got was
You look like a
Young
Leroy.
Thug, you got an interview today.
Dude,
That's how I used to wake up. My radio life back was every record label wanted me to do an interview with their artist. So every day I went to work or every other day, they'd be like, hey, you got a phoner, or they made sure to fly this person here for an interview. And then the other one was The Baby. That one flew because of Rollo. Rollo had a huge beef with Young Thug and stuff with Young Scooter, and that interview went crazy in Atlanta. That interview and Jose Guapo falling out the chair, those two interviews made me.
Jose Guapo falling out the chair.
Oh, he was on Yeah, he was on site. You see,
Yeah,
look,
I seen
but
it. Yeah, that shit
if
was
you're
crazy.
from Atlanta and you're in the hip hop space, you're gonna remember that, and that's how I made a name for. I feel like Carolinas in a different market.
You in your own right have done a lot. You mean a lot to Charlotte.
Man, he mean a lot to a
North
lot of people.
Carolina,
Yeah,
a lot of
man.
people. I want to talk to you, but I also, how has Chewy impacted you?
I mean, you got to think, like, I met you when I was 14,
Yeah,
15.
16.
Yeah, 15 going on 16. So I'm 30 now, so, you know, that's 15,
Yeah, damn.
15 years.
30 now, man. I feel old as hell.
I mean, you gotta think about, like, his impact on the city and just me being around, be able to meet people, be able to hear certain conversations. I think is important was important for my growth as a up and coming basketball player and a man. I think that he showed me the ropes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He really did. So
Yeah.
I'm thankful for that for sure.
You just try to help someone like him because Kennedy, he reminds me a lot of me. You get what I'm saying? Like Kennedy is like Amo. If you from West Charlotte, bro, there's something about that West Charlotte.
It's the water.
I don't know what it is, but the heart is pure. Now, if you go against the grain,
Shots fired, man down.
I don't know about all that. Now, I'd do the legal
That's
purposes.
what I say. Though. That's my saying.
You know what I mean? Like
I'm gonna stand by.
When I saw Kennedy coming up, it was like, you know what I mean? This dude, he has the potential. Cause I didn't even go to games. I just would always hear like, oh man, West Charlotte going up right now. I said, wow, who in the gym? My time was JT Terrell in the gym. You knew when JT was hooping at West Charlotte.
Packed out.
Man, what?
Sold out.
I was a freshman on that team.
Man,
You was a freshman with him. I knew.
Yeah.
I think he did play with him.
yeah. When JT was there,
yeah, it's crazy.
man, you had drug dealers sitting fighting to buy courtside seats at them games.
Because he played like a drug dealer.
Then you had Kennedy.
Played like a truck.
He did.
That nigga played like he
I
had the
used to tell
shorts
all the
underneath the
time, man.
jeans all the time.
Yeah, like I used to tell him that all the time. Like, boy, you got like the real hood game, man. But he good as it. He could go though. I'm trying to tell you, he could
He'll
go.
jump out the gym. You don't know if he was laying it up or dunking on you. That's what kind of
he could
ridiculous hops he had. But
Shout out
when,
his pops. To his pops was nice.
Yeah.
Trigger. Yeah.
Bucket.
but when you
Show.
meet someone like
Buckets.
Kennedy, that it was like, man,
Recipe.
Kennedy always had this smile on him. Like he just had an aura about him that was like, man, I got you, bro.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, I got you. It don't matter what it is. Like, you know what I mean? Like, gratefully so. He never asked. You know what's so crazy about Kennedy and I's relationship throughout 15 years? He's never asked me for one thing. Except for a conversation.
And how important is that?
Word
We
right
learn
there.
from Big Bro. At the end of the day,
Yeah.
we learn from the people. Think about what I'm saying, what I'm not getting on this side of the field. Now you're seeing it from two different generations from me. And look how it works over here. So if this works in my personal life, why is it not happening in my work life? And it's because people are not real. People are not built. People are only worried about themselves. I'm standing here with two heroes of Charlotte from different generations. Like real life heroes.
Yeah.
You know what it felt like to take him to a game? Actually, we had tickets to go to a Panthers game. And I don't even think it was a game. It was like
the
fan fest.
Yeah.
You know what it felt like off his national championship? And he just like, man, I just want to hang out, be normal. Bro, I had to play security guard.
Yeah,
I had to play security guard.
Chapel Hill in Charlotte, Fan Fest for the
I had to
Panthers.
play, I really don't think, and he exposes me to a lot more things like, get out that nigga mindset.
For sure.
Get out that nigga mindset.
Well,
I got it.
but I agree with it 100%. Now, we're going to talk about that ninja mindset.
Yeah.
You know, you got to say right.
I don't.
I do.
Yeah, you can say it, but I can say it.
So my thing is that let's describe that. Let's go around the room and how do you feel that mindset is? And I'm gonna go to you, and I'm gonna go to you. The ninja mindset.
I mean, I feel like it's kind of took over a lot of things. You know, it took over the community. It took over sports. It kind of got away from the professionalism of it all. You know what I mean? In my field, as far as that goes, I mean, you have your batch where a guy can be really good, but he still can't get right because he still got that mindset. So when I see it, you know, I try to encourage it to be a different way because, you know, it's an opportunity for everybody. So that's what I'm saying.
For me, it's just one word that sticks out the mouth, out the most. That's called selfishness.
That's true.
It's true.
When I see as you call it, ninja mindset, I see the person who can't change, don't want to change. And even if you can change, you still wouldn't want to change because you have a self-conscious mindset of saying, I don't want to feel embarrassed. I don't want to feel exposed to showing I'm better. Like, there's a reason why I could dress up when I go out now. Before, it was because that's all I had. Now I could dress up. I could wear a shirt. I could wear a tie. I could wear slacks. I got 6 pair of hard bottom shoes at the crib, even though I know that ain't enough.
Only 6.
I got 350 pairs of sneakers.
I know you do.
I'm still doing a lot of shows on these roads, so
No doubt.
those are my hard bottoms sometimes.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, but you know what I mean? It's the mindset. And it's the demeanor that follows it. That is the ninja mindset. You know what I mean? Like, it cost. I tweeted something out. I said it costs you $0 to be nice.
Yes.
The ninja mindset don't care.
For sure. I think, man, overall, it's crabs in the barrel. We hear that all the time. But now with social media, it makes it even easier to do that.
100%.
There's some good people that feel like you kind of said, I have to act like this because I want to fit in with these people.
100%.
Or I want to look like that image.
100%. That's
Now
why I
you
can't
really like that.
That's why I
You know what I'm
can't
saying?
follow certain pages. I can't look at things
yeah.
because I feel like I'll wake up and want to see what's going on. Next thing I know, I'm involved in it. I'm engulfed in it, and I'm watching this shit before I brush my own teeth.
Now you're a part of it, you feel
Yeah,
like.
yeah.
And you can unconsciously
no.
be a part of that shit.
And that happens
You know
in
what I'm saying?
anything. That's the worst type of drug.
And it's so easy for them to get it.
That is the worst type of mental drug. Social media has arguably become one of the most mental drug things that you could take, and you're taking it unconsciously.
So as black men, and I'm gonna ask you a question too. As black men, as men, period, how do we conquer that? As far as like like with our families and everything, like we have like just period. Like how do
ready?
you wake up?
I got the answer right here for you, big dog.
Talk to me.
Go to church.
Yep.
Go to church. Go to church. Something about you physically going to church changes your mind's
different.
frame on
They're
everything.
just watching it online.
Yeah,
It's different.
something about you sitting in that pew and you having a moment where you're not worrying about looking over your back. You're not worried about being judged. You're not worried about what anything else is going on in this world except for, dear God, How could I get better? Could you keep showing me the way? I thank you for everything. I appreciate everything. I appreciate you giving me life. I appreciate you giving me grace. I appreciate you giving me another opportunity. So many people fight every day just to breathe. You give me the energy to breathe every single day. Go to church. That's what alleviates all your problems, a big portion of your problems, even your problems within.
So
That's true.
you, how do you feel?
Yeah, I would say the same thing. Call on God. You know what I mean? It's,
Earlier we were talking before we were doing the pre thing, and I don't get into my situation that I had. I got divorced or whatever. And I'll tell you one thing that I don't talk about it a lot on the podcast. I try to keep it private.
But why? Can I ask you that?
Well, because I have 4 girls, and I have I have an ex-wife, and this podcast is the reason why what kept me going in my heart. It kept me strong.
100%.
You know what I mean? And me and Ant talked. Me and Ant, we just talk all the time, and he's the one that pushed me to do it. But it kept me going. But what kept me going, actually, I looked at it as a weakness at first, and I actually had to start going back to God.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's the best thing.
I had to go back to God, and I looked at it because I always told myself, this is me just talking. I told myself, if I go back to God for what I need, I'm not strong. If I go back to Him and I don't need anything, and I'm going back to Him and I don't need anything, I'm just going back to Him honestly, then I'm better. And I actually had to go back when I needed something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
But that
I felt-
happens.
yeah.
But the key, could I help you out with that
Oh,
journey?
yeah, my brother. Please.
The key to it is enjoying the journey, number one, and having compassion for yourself. You know what I mean? Because you can't think what he's thinking. You want to tell you want to know why God is the ultimate comedian? Tell him what you want to do. Let me know how that work out. Because he gotta put you through it.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But even when you go through your divorce, you should never be afraid to tell your story. You want me to tell you why? There's always someone out there that needs that. There's always someone that needs that courage, that motivation. You know how many times Kennedy could have quit because he didn't make it to the NBA, and how many people were probably riding his coattail just for that? Now where are they? And he's still becoming one of the best basketball players overseas, one of the best dads that I've watched him become. No matter what, when he come back home, he ain't one of them dudes in the club. He with his kid. You know what I mean? Like Amo, I don't care what anybody could say about him. He with his kids, his children know, their children know. And those are the people that I look up to. You know what I mean? So you can't be afraid, and take this from me who's been through a lot of failed relationships while having a daughter and having to expose her into who I'm dating and then having to explain why I'm not dating. It's best you do that. I encourage you to explain, hey, you know what? We're not together. And let it be okay, because now you're showing them you can move on. Now you're showing them nothing in life is perfect. However, if I continue to work on myself, I will be okay. And that's how you lead by example. So I encourage you.
How are you working on yourself?
I mean,
I'm gonna throw the question out there. I'm sorry, you here?
No,
And
no,
we-
yeah,
This is a good
yeah,
brother
yeah,
session.
sure.
You know what I mean?
100%.
Yeah.
This is what a podcast is for.
I
Conversation.
appreciate you.
We,
Love
we,
you, King.
we challenge each other. Iron sharpen iron.
Yes,
But go
yes,
ahead.
Yeah.
I would say my biggest motivation is my daughter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like once you have a kid, your whole mindset and perspective changes. I mean, all of us know about that.
I can tell, boy.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you. I can tell. I know what that
but
look like.
you know,
That's
just
what's up.
her seeing me, you know, every day, being present. That just gives me the strength and energy every day to wake up and get after it. You know what I mean? The best as I can. You know,
Yeah.
I know that we sometimes get tired, but my main objective is to keep pushing until I can't anymore. So
It's a different motivation, ain't
yeah,
it?
for sure.
It's like ain't nothing like it, is it?
Man, nothing.
And it don't ever stop either.
And the love is unconditional.
That's
like,
a different type of love.
Like I'll sit
It's
with
a different
him.
kind of love, bro.
I'll sit with him 4 or 5
Can't get it
hours.
out your mind.
nah,
You know what I'm
for real.
saying?
4 or 5
You don't want
hours.
to leave the house.
You on the
Like,
game.
telling you.
Yeah.
And I would sit with him and just listen to him and be so happy that his daughter there. Like he came back. I could tell you when he came back. Came back to Charlotte about a week ago now. We get on the game and he just the happiest he could be with his daughter around. And even though she bothering him at that moment, Sage, baby, Sage. And then he'll ask us a question and she'll answer it. You know what I mean? Like seeing that, that's the Kennedy I know.
Yes.
I don't know basketball Kennedy. I can't tell you stats. I can't tell you Anthony's stats. I can't tell you all this. I can't tell you that because I'm not around them for that.
Yeah.
I'm around them because, man, these are my brothers.
And how I met you.
He didn't know I played.
I didn't know I played. I didn't know motherfucker.
Like 2 years.
I'm a Knicks fan. I'm a Knicks fan. So after the Knicks,
yeah.
I don't look for these motherfuckers. I don't care about nothing but my Knicks.
I thought he was just a tall, cool dude.
We at the bar talking. We at the bar chilling, and we talking, and I'm like, but like, I tell everybody, and I'm gonna tell it over and over again. I was going home, my 4 girls. I was on the brink of divorce. Aunt called me at 12 a.m. in the morning, and I'm driving to Jersey to my mom's house.
Could I guess what he said?
Talk.
Hey, bro, I'm just calling to see you good.
Yes. Yes.
That's him.
Just
checking on me. That's what real Charlotte dudes do.
Just checking on
me. I'm
just
talking
checking
about
on me, man.
people that been through something. West Side Charlotte, in particular.
Yeah.
West Side Charlotte dudes been through so much at a young age.
Yeah.
I'm talking about they done seen uncles get locked up. They done seen shootouts, cousins riding dirt bikes and falling off, people getting hurt, people dying at such a young age on the west side of Charlotte.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about just north side, Hidden Valley. I'm just, in particular, west, because you got some west side legends right here.
Mm-hmm.
Their mindset is very like, man, I don't want to lose nobody.
Mm-hmm.
If I could help, be there.
Mm-hmm.
When I was thrown mentally, these 2 were the ones that called me the most. I remember I couldn't afford my daughter's birthday party. He sent me $250 so that way I could have a skating rink party for her. And I didn't ask nothing. He just said, "This is the gift."
But you just saying that though is like, that's just like, like it's kind of like a lot of people don't make themselves that vulnerable.
Because you know what I mean? Yeah. I got to the point in my life that my story. God put me here for a reason. So while I'm not sharing the fact, if I needed help, I had people to help me.
And that's a lesson for me because you're telling me to tell my story. But I appreciate you. I appreciate
100%.
that. Yeah, I appreciate that.
We're there for each other, and there's nothing wrong with failure.
Yeah.
Failure is a part of life.
Say it again.
If I'm winning,
so it's getting money and losing money.
Exactly. That's a part of that is just a part of life. So if I can't get past this, how am I ever supposed to be a leader? How am I gonna be a leader if I can't show that I lost the battle, but I'm winning the war right now?
Yeah, that's a fact. And that's what, when it comes down to that, like you talked about God going to church.
100%.
You know that feeling of vulnerability. As a black man with children and responsibilities, that's a scary feeling. It's
very scary.
See what I'm saying? Because you got to keep shit going for them.
And you got 4 girls.
Got 4 beautiful babies.
That's
man.
what I'm saying. So you got to be able to tell them each and individually what to expect from a man and what not to do, and just be their friend. My job to my daughter at this point, going through the 6th grade and now into 7th and learning about boys and all that, my job is just to be a friend, prepare her, tell her the importance of everything, and just be a friend. Whatever you choose to do, at least you know your boundaries of saying, hey, this is what comes with this. If you choose to do it, who am I to tell you don't do it?
Kenny, how old is your daughter?
She turns 4 tomorrow.
So I have a 4-year-old. I have all my girls are 3 years apart except for my youngest one. So my Mickey, it's my baby Mickey. She's younger. So if you guys could write something to your kids, right now. Now it's something. Just give like a sentence. In life.
All right.
What would it be? And I'm gonna go around. I'm in my bag right now. I'm flexing right now. I'm gonna go to you first, and I'm you know, like You see me, Dante. You see what I'm doing. So
Take out a baby.
That's another baby.
How old your baby? How old yours now?
Yeah.
She 3?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's another girl dad.
Yeah,
you got girl dads right here, man.
It's all girl dad. Yeah, girl dad.
Yeah, Moo Moo.
Shout out to Moo Moo. Volleyball going crazy.
If you give them a sentence, go around, just give them a sentence, or just like
I mean, something that my family always just hammered to me when I was a kid is to whom much is given, much is required.
Like that.
I think that's the way of life. That's how you get to the next step. That's how you keep elevating. I don't do stuff for people to get anything in return. I do it because I know how it feels to be in that position and how to come out of that and try to make a way for yourself. So I just try to help out any way I can. You know, it's not always an easy thing, but I feel like it's necessary because I feel like that's one of my missions on earth is to be there for the people who have been there for me.
That's a Kappa man.
Sure.
He good.
Every field.
Man, I ain't gonna lie. I came up underneath some cues. You know what I mean? But my thing would be, you're worth it. You're worth it. Meaning that, and it has more than one meaning to it. And I could think about why it has more than one meaning. And one of the main reasons is that you're worth everything I sacrificed for.
Word.
You're worth it when you walk in any room because you're a black queen. My daughter, she's worth it. You're worth it. You have value. You have everything going on for you. Whatever you put your head to, you can do. You're worth it. Don't ever let nobody make you feel like having a daughter teaches you as a man, especially me back in the day when it came down to dating, who wasn't trash to most the girls I was involved with, but just, man, you worth it. It changed my whole life.
Yeah.
I'll say whatever you practice at, good or bad, you're going to get good at it. You're going to get good at it. So make sure you practicing the right principles, right morals.
And that's with anything in life.
Ethics. That's with basketball. That's with anything else. You want to be you want to be a street dude, you keep practicing and you're going to get good at it. So you know what's gonna happen.
No, that's true. That's real.
Big bro always got to tell you something, right,
That's
man?
real talk.
Like,
That's real.
If you a basketball player, we can all relate to that.
Yeah.
If you practice it long enough, you're gonna be good at it.
Yeah.
So make sure you only practice things of value, positivity, ethics, morals. And I know it ain't perfect all the time. We all make mistakes. But that's my sentence. If you practice at something good or bad, you're gonna get really good at it. If you practice thinking negatively, you're gonna get good at it.
Be great at it.
Practice being positive, you're gonna be thinking always optimistically. See what I'm saying?
In order to be great at something, you got to be good at it first.
Facts. So eventually you're gonna be great at it.
Just know, man, you got brothers that care about you, and you have a platform you created that with Amo and your team, and that's what this is for. This ain't just to express about how good life is, man. If life was good every day, man, what's the purpose of us living?
Word.
Shit.
If life's so great, what's the purpose of us being here every single day? All right, we gotta just be great every day. Nah, there's gonna be adversities in life, but like I said, you know what it feel like to be in the gym? You know when you want to get in shape? What happened after you work out? That next day, how your body feel?
Yeah, it's a little worn down. You got to go through
Little
the recovery.
sore, little sore.
So you do
But
the
guess
recovery.
what? Your arms look good.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Your arms look good, right?
Yeah.
Then it goes down if you don't go back.
That's what life is.
Yeah.
Depression. I could talk about that all day. Like,
Chewy, I'm gonna tell you, you are very wise beyond your years, and I'm not trying to.
no, a lot of people don't see this side of me because they only see a show. They see Chewy, which is the fun, energetic show, entertaining performer, or a radio guy. People don't see me talk like this, but that's because they don't know this side of me, which is these two right here. This the only side they know.
Yeah.
Like a lot of times people ask me a question about, they be like, man, why you did this? I be like, this is what happened. They're like, oh, I see why. Oh, you could have been way worse.
There's a little bro too, man. Like this is what we do for real.
Yeah.
So I can't even listen to his ass on the radio. I'd be like, man, I don't want to hear this shit. You know what I mean? I'm proud of it. Don't get me wrong, but I'm like, it's different. You know, you see the difference between. I'm glad you got a chance because you don't really do podcasts.
No, I don't do any.
Yeah,
I'm so honored to have you.
You know what's so funny? Hassan Whiteside wants to do a podcast. With
Hassan Whiteside,
we came up with a name and everything called The Rebound. Rebound Podcast.
Dope.
And I'm just like, you know what I mean? We still got some fine tuning to do. Like, he asks me all the time. It really was supposed to be me and this fool.
Okay.
Yeah, years
Me and this
ago.
fool was supposed to do a podcast. But his schedule, I feel like his scheduling and my
Yeah,
mental
me and Dante
space.
gonna get something together.
Yeah.
That'd be good. Yeah,
I think that'd
All
be
y'all
fun.
Do it.
But they actually are so good at the game. They need to figure out how to do a podcast while playing the game because these two, no, they're like a TV show. Have you ever played the game with Katie?
Nah, yeah, it's definitely
You talking about
different,
both
bro.
of them?
Yeah.
Yes.
In the gym every summer, every day.
Listen.
It's hilarious.
I see why he got the name Big Baby though. This
Oh,
nigga
yeah,
crying.
yeah.
He be
Yes,
crying.
man.
We don't want to see that. And then race quit. Like what kind?
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm gonna tell him. I'm gonna
Because
tell him a
I
story.
can't let that consume my mind, bro.
Yeah,
It'll get
but
too
you
crazy.
gotta cut off the game in the middle of the game.
mature.
Yeah,
No,
nah.
he mature now.
No, he
I
don't gotta
remember
cut off the game.
Before the baby, we was at the
before the
church.
baby, it was worse.
We was working out at the church. I know you remember this. We do our whole workout, then we play ones. What's one on one? That's 1-on-1 with 3 or 4 different people for y'all that don't know. And he having a rough day shooting. And I'm busting their ass. So I'm not saying nothing. You know what I'm saying? He come out in the court, he just walk off. He like, man, it ain't my day, man.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on, I'm not thinking you're not gonna play. I'm already, whoever else guard me. I look over there, he got his shoes off. I said, man, what you doing?
You gotta work with a purpose, bro.
I said, man,
I ain't
come on,
about
man.
I ain't about to waste my time or your time. It's not your day. Hey, when
Bro,
people go say
no,
9 to 5,
What
it
I
ain't their
said,
day
I said,
sometimes.
bro, put them shoes back on, bro.
Yeah.
You ain't quitting in the middle of this workout on my watch.
I wasn't
Put
even
them shoes back on.
quitting is crazy.
You had one shoe off. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh hell, you can do
You
that.
will quit in the middle of the
He
game.
came back on the court and then
He'll
done.
get back right. He'll
Yeah.
get back right. But we'll be on a game, right? And I know I'm trash in their lobby. I'm the worst player on the team. My job is to stay alive so we can keep playing and buy back. That's how
I'm glad
trash
you
I
admitted
am. I'm glad I will admit it. Because these guys are advanced players.
Right.
Man, let me mess up one time. All right. Cut off the game. And then me and Tay still on the game. I'm like, did he just quit? They're like, yeah, he quit.
Yeah.
I call him, yo, get back on the game. Nah, man, I gotta go do something.
Nah, I can't let that consume me, bro.
Yeah, I'll be like,
'Cause
damn.
once you start getting too
You
upset, it's
gotta
like,
fight
bro, it's not
through
even
it.
that serious. Yeah.
You fought through it that day in the gym.
Yeah.
You put them shoes back on, come on and won.
But
and that propelled me to, not even try to attempt that any that
You
part
ain't
of
never
the
do
game
that
no more.
again,
Yeah, exactly.
no matter how we was
like,
playing.
I ain't gonna lie. If you could watch them, and I tell that story because if you could watch them while they play the game, man, there's not that many black video game streamers. Wow. Think about it.
Talk about
Y'all
that.
be streaming?
I mean,
Tay?
yeah, here,
So
But we don't get serious.
Like, all right, we're gonna cut the Twitch on one day.
But we
Yeah.
don't get serious. Like, if you ask me, to me, number one, both of them got big fan bases,
Right.
like organic fan bases.
Right.
Like, man,
I gotta get on Twitch.
I'm trying to tell them. I'm trying to challenge them
Madden?
now. Like, do it.
yeah, facts.
Anything?
Because y'all are amazing at the game. People will watch you play the game.
Yeah.
Not only that, you're a predominant ball player.
Yeah.
So people are fans
And
of
these
you up
cats is
this.
funny too.
Then you're actually funny.
yeah.
Yeah.
You're actually funny playing the game.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'll watch the Twitch just to see him quit. Oh man,
Just
we
see him
had
quit.
parlays. I don't sports gamble, but I will parlay on how many times he quit in a week.
But kids don't quit.
Yeah, tell them, kids, don't quit.
Don't quit.
Listen, man, don't quit.
Yo, let's we got a Mama Love. The tape is rolling. She's looking at her phone, so she mad.
Yeah, she's
yeah,
side-eye.
she's
She's
It's
side-eye.
okay. It's
I
okay.
want,
side-eye?
listen, I got
I
it.
saw
I
the
didn't get.
side-eye.
I really didn't get into a lot of your background. We got to do a part 2 on this.
Oh, for sure.
And I know it's hard. I know with your schedule is hard to get you out. You got my man out here.
Man, when I'm here,
it's-
I'm
you know,
here.
I appreciate you guys coming. I really do so much.
yeah.
This is love.
100%.
And I'm very humble for it. Chewy, I'm gonna tell you something from me to you. And this is from me to you.
Sure.
You're slick talking, motherfucker, man. Don't say that shit. You gotta put that shit out there. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But you always show up.
100%.
You always show up.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you for coming out here today. Ant didn't know you was coming out, and I told Ant when I walked you downstairs, like, I got a surprise for you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And I was sitting there eating
Yeah.
Bojangles.
Yeah.
Shout out to Bojangles. Y'all need to be sponsoring this podcast right here.
Yeah.
I'm talking about black dads. I'm talking about the community of
You
Charlotte.
didn't know he was coming?
Like, no,
No,
he
I
didn't.
didn't know he was.
No,
I
no,
didn't
he
know. I didn't know
ain't
none of
know.
y'all was
He
coming.
You should have
I
seen
called
us.
him.
man.
called you.
No, man. I guess he wanted to
I was trying to surprise you. I was
dope.
trying to wait. I know his schedule be crazy, so I was like, I just wanted to get him out here.
I'm just a fan. I'm just a fan of my brother, number one, first and foremost. And you're my brother as well.
Yeah,
even though we
definitely,
weren't as tight as we are. But that's what life is about because I know his trust is earned.
Yes.
It's not always given.
Yes.
He's got to give you an opportunity to prove yourself.
Yeah.
But in order for him to care,
Yeah.
it has to be earned.
Yes.
And once I earned his trust, I may get busy now.
Yeah.
But guess what? When Rich Homie Quan passed away and he knew I had a tight relationship with him, first person call. I got tears in my eyes because I was just with him 2 weeks prior to him passing. Got tears in my eyes. And he's like, I'm just checking to see if you good, bro. And I'm like calling Quan's dad. And I had just got off the phone with Quan's dad. I was standing in a radio station, and that's when the news got broken to me about Quan passing.
That was crazy.
And he was like, I just called and let you. I didn't even know the number.
Yeah.
I was just like, man, who this? And I
did 980.
bro, you good? And I already know who it was. I was like, man.
No, because I remember you. I didn't remember how close y'all was. I remember the first time I saw you interview him or something.
Yeah, no. Quan. Actually, that was my first million one because I did the dance. I had him teach me how to do the dance, and everybody thought it was gay.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Look.
Shit.
Everybody,
What is Quan doing, man?
Yeah. No.
Right? If that happened right now, I would go mega viral.
What?
Yeah, for real.
If he was doing that dance right now.
Oh man.
I mean, he be making so much money on TikTok.
Oh my god.
You want me to tell you what's so crazy
It
though?
been on video games.
The DJ that went popular with Quan. That's who I got into it with on the Chris Brown tour. Now he's Chris Brown DJ.
Oh wow.
DJ Fresh. Shout out my dog. We good now though.
Yeah.
We A1. Amazing. We worked together at Stats. That probably was the best night at Stats. You know what I mean? That go to show you as black men where you have to know how to get over problems, how to overcome and keep moving forward and leave the blueprint.
So something I will tell you, and I'm younger than you, I will tell you, when I first met you, I knew who you were, and you sat here. No, when I first met him,
You just say you're younger than me.
I'm younger than him. No, I'm younger than you in dog years. I was
about to say.
dog years. Nah, but like when I first met you at Apostrophe, I would tell you all day to be seriously though. When I met you, I heard of your name. I knew who you were. Earlier when you said that you were, I guess, meeting me or whatever, and I was in the certain circles, I've always looked up to you because I knew what you were doing.
100%.
And so I will tell you 100% for me to get you here and to do it with your brother. And for
My
you
brothers.
No. I'm not done yet. Talk to me nice. and to invite your brothers here.
Yeah.
I appreciate it so much. You are a staple in the Charlotte community. You are a staple as a black man. You are a staple as a man.
Appreciate it.
And you got to keep doing what you're doing. And it doesn't matter how old we are. I can learn from him.
100%.
I can learn from you. I can learn from him, and I can learn from him. Doesn't matter. And I've learned a lot from you, and you don't even know that.
Oh, appreciate it.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. And
you want to
love
tell you
Chewy.
what's so dope about this piece right now? When you're on a basketball team, right? 5 players on the court. Each player learns from each other. Whether
Yes.
the big man knows how to dribble a little bit from the point guard.
Yes.
Whether the shooting guard learns how to set a screen from the power forward so people could run through the baseline, or whether the small forward adapts to really all the positions.
Yes.
We all learn from each other.
Yes.
That's the best thing about this right here.
Yes.
Because, we all different age groups. We all had different tones. You probably know what it feel like to have a two-way pager.
Oh, you talking slick. Yeah.
I
No,
I don't. Get a load of this guy. He think he's Bernie Mac.
I remember hearing it in rap songs. I don't know what it feel like.
I had 2 or 3.
Look.
You
You know what I mean? And Kenny could try to tell you more about Facebook, MySpace before you probably went on to it. You get what I'm saying? But what's so dope is we take the time out to learn from each other, and we take the time out to implement love into each other. And that's something as black men we have to do more of in today's society, because as you see, in my opinion, the black man is getting eliminated each and every day that we go by. Whether you want to talk about propaganda, whether you want to talk about any of these things, the black man is being removed from today's society and being villainized. It's like we're a villain for being a guy. Whether you want to try to talk to a woman, you get critiqued. Whether you want to try to take a woman on a date, you get critiqued. Whether you're out with your friends, you get critiqued. Everything on a black man is a lot of pressure. A lot of rules and laws are being changed to make good for everybody else. But as black men, we don't have enough people fighting for us. And do you find it odd every time there's a black man that becomes a leader, there's always a big skeptical on how to break him down?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
So this is what is comfortable. I'm not trying to be a leader. I'm just trying to be a follower of God, and whatever comes with that, that comes with it, because God has got to protect me. God has got to make sure I'm good. You know what I mean? As long as I don't do none illegal, sell drugs, which I would never do. As long as I never commit murder, which I'll never do. As long as I never steal, which I'll never do, because that's what God told me.
Were you selling waters on the corner? You selling water? This is illegal too.
You know what I mean?
The
Selling
bottled
water.
waters.
Fundraiser.
You know what I mean? But what's so crazy? but what's so crazy is them young adults are so smart.
Yeah, that's what.
Because they
now,
gain the
right?
concept of business. They know what an ROI is.
Yeah.
They know if I go to Costco and get a 45 pack for $3.99 and sell these at $1 a pop, what's the ROI on that?
It's so sad
The
that we
percentage?
can't even do that. Yeah, the percentage is crazy.
Percentage?
Yeah.
You talking about 1,000%?
We're gonna shut it down.
Okay.
No. We're gonna do a part two when your schedule permits. I gotta get you back up here, and I want to have you brothers here too. But I want to have parting words. And Dante, you gotta stop being in the background. You gotta have your parting words too.
You know what I mean?
Parting words on this epic episode, and I'm so appreciative of it.
Well, first I want to say rest in peace, BJ. Rest in peace, all the guys.
Peace.
Rest in peace.
Y'all boys gonna be missed. But I would encourage everybody to just be yourself. I feel like there's too many people faking, acting like they're a certain way and they really not. And that's not gonna get you anywhere. I feel like from experience, from seeing my friends, from even myself, you gotta go back to the drawing board. Like I said, call on God, and everything's gonna be good.
He needs his own episode. He needs his own episode. He needs while he's here.
He exposed a big game. I didn't talk to him about it.
We lock it in.
Nah, as soon as I told him about it, he dropped everything.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Sage ain't here with him.
Yeah. I'm glad you're here though, brother.
Yeah,
I appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, we talked on DM about it. But I knew he probably was out of the country, so.
Yeah, he just got back.
Good time.
This is one of his first stops. You get what I'm saying?
Chewy.
My parting words would be what I say on the radio every day. Keep God first in your life and everything works itself out. Don't believe me, I'm a living testimony of it. Point blank.
It's as real as it gets.
Yeah.
Mine is what I said earlier too. If you practice something long enough, you're gonna get good at it, good or bad. So make sure you keep positivity, keep God first, number one. Stay positive. Learn from other people's mistakes. Stay focused and worry about whatever responsibilities you have. Put those in front of everything else.
Do you think you could shoot a basketball better than me still?
Absolutely. Probably ain't shot
With
a
his
basketball
eyes
in
closed, homie.
I know. Is that right?
When shot, when the last time
Not
you shot a
even
basketball?
close.
I be in the water almost every day.
He said the why.
Playing basketball.
You know when you go to the wild, everybody try to make it to the league in
listen,
there.
everybody.
They get real in the
I would
field.
never, I can't play, no, man, because you get hurt like that.
Dante,
Yeah.
say something, man.
I say keep what's important.
Yeah.
Keep
Right.
what's important. I know the
I like
microphone
that.
may not have picked that up.
Keep what's important.
Like God, family, stuff like that. Everything else that ain't gonna mean nothing the next day.
Secondary.
Low, secondary.
Love it.
Sometimes everything ain't for you.
I like it.
Love
I
it.
love it.
Appreciate y'all, man.
Shout out
Love
to
y'all,
scene.
man.
Shout out to
Love
scene. I
y'all
love you
too,
too, brother.
You know what I mean?
Episode
Tell your
52.
story. Tell your story. That's why you got the microphone. That's why you get the audience. You'll
Write
be
a book,
surprised.
man.
That's when the real people listen.
Write a book or
It's
something.
the difference between fans and supporters. We'll save that for part 2.
We'll do it. Shout out on scene episode. It's a wrap.
Episode
Sir.
Thank you,
52.
brother.
Yo, what's up? It's your boy Chewy, and right now I'm on Charlotte on the Scene, the podcast. Make sure you tune in for this exclusive interview as we talk about Black fatherhood, as we talk about the new and the old Charlotte, beefs with who, and how I became Chewy. And I even got a special guest with me. I'm talking about my brother, the one and only, Mr. Westside Charlotte, Mr. Chapel Hill National Championship, Mr. Best Black Girl Dad in the world, Meeks. So make sure you get ready. Big foes up.